Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome to Billings, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Mavericks. Their tour of Billings, the annual Mother's Day weekend tour, is we have the Billings Scarlets to take on first. We'll have the Royals up after this. Tomorrow, it'll be a Mother's Day doubleheader with the Scarlets first here at Della Park, and then we go over to Pertz Field and bring in the game against Post 22. Chris Stratton here in Billings, Montana for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are just about set to go at Della Park. And, well, this is my first time ever inside this beautiful park. Of course, it's nothing like the Osprey Field, and, well, nothing compares to Lindbergh Craig Field in Missoula, Montana. But it's a gorgeous field anyways, with some nice little backdrop of the rimrock across the back. Della Park, what a nice place to be for a baseball game here with the Billings Scarlets and the Missoula Mavericks. We're going to step aside for a few moments. When we come back, we'll get you tucked in and ready to go. You're listening to Missoula Maverick Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Delaware Park. Chris Stratton from the Zulu Prep Sports Network in a beautiful Billings, Montana. I think I see a cloud in the sky. That's how gorgeous it is here in Billings. And the coaches and umpires are on the plate having plate talk right now, so that means we're just about set to go with our game. Game one is Scarlets and Mavericks here at Delaware Park, and then after this one finishes up, it is scheduled for 5 o'clock, but it just depends on how things go. We'll have a second game 20 minutes after with the Billings Royals, who we saw for 4 games last weekend. The Mavericks going 1-3 on the weekend against the Royals, so they'd love to get one snatched back over here this weekend. And then tomorrow it's Mother's Day doubleheader for the Mavericks, as they'll have the Scarlets at 10 a.m. and then right here at Delaware Park, and then we'll tear down and race over to Pertz Field, and we'll have a game against Post 22 at 2:30, and that's going to be a fun one too. Of course, the Mavericks always make the trip south to Rapid City for that Post 22 annually, their firecracker tournament, and once again the Mavericks will be going down there, and we're putting together the ability to go down there and have the games available for you guys that cannot travel for that tournament, as that's going to be about 5 or 6 days. It's going to be a long one down in Rapid City. Of course, there's going to be a pair of games here in Billings before we head that way. So the coaches are done with the plate talk with our officials, and that means that we'll be getting into things here shortly, and we will start with our starting lineups for the Billings Scarlets. Now, the Mavericks are the home team, and, well, as normal, you usually do the away team first and home team second, but in our hearts, well, the Missoula Mavericks are always the home team, so we'll go ahead and announce those names first for the Billings Scarlets. Even though they're home, they will be away in our hearts. So leading things off for the Scarlets, it'll be number 4, Christian Mickelson, the center fielder. Batting second is the first baseman, number 22, Aaron Seward. Batting third is the designated hitter, number 9, Corey Brownson. Batting fourth is number 1, Kobe Croft. He'll be the shortstop. Hanging out in left field, or right field, and batting fifth is number 5, Michael Zaski. Number 24, the catcher, Jaron Wilcox, will bat 6th. Batting 7th is Logan Meyer. He is the left fielder, batting 7th. Number 15, Caden Dower, is the second baseman, batting 8th, and rounding out the order, number 7, Brooks Rohr, will hold down third base. It's Andy Larson, the pitcher on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. And for the Scarlets, and the Scarlets are coached by Adam Hust. For the Missoula Mavericks, leading things off will be number 10, Bridger Johnson. He's in center field. Number 7, Dane Frazier, will bat second. He's going to hold down first base. It's the Trad Richardson, the third baseman, number 13. He's going to bat third. Batting fourth is Caden Jordan, the DH, number 17. Batting fifth, number 3, Brendan Hill, and Hill will be the shortstop. Sam Busey will be in left field, batting 6th. Batting 7th will be Connor Daniels in right field. Andrew Clausen will bat 8th as the catcher, and Thomas Martin will round out the order, holding down second. Dylan Chalmers is the pitcher on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for today's game. And the Mavericks, coached by longtime manager Brent Hathaway. As the teams get on the field here, and being announced, we'll have our national anthem in just a few moments. So awesome that we do celebrate our nation, those that have served, those that have fallen, and those that continue to fight, so that we can be here on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Billings, Montana to watch Legion baseball. So they continue with the lineups. Our officials behind the plate, Steve Herbert, and in the field, Wesley Dunn. And we are set for a gorgeous day here in Billings, Montana. First game with the Scarlets. So we have our call for the national anthem. We'll be back in just 2 minutes with your first pitch.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash. On reserve next to Fast Trip.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we're ready for our first pitch here at Deller Field, where the home of the Billings Scarlets, as they will get to play here in June, just a little over a month away from Pioneer Baseball to start. I know the Missoula Mavericks are getting ready to go. So Andy Larson is on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and warming up is Bridger Johnson for his first at-bat. So Johnson, Frazier, and Richardson at the top of the order for the Mavericks. So Larson, they're going to say one more, so he'll throw one more pitch.
As you know, here it is 70 degrees in Billings and no snow.
And letting Larson continue to warm up here. We'll have second game coming up soon. 20 minutes after this one finishes up. 7-inning games on the doubleheaders. And Mavericks coming off of a tough loss to the Helena Senators on Wednesday night to drop in their non-conference rankings, regular season, overall standings, and now Johnson is ready to go at the plate. So Bridger Johnson steps in.
Leading off for the Mavericks, the center field at number 10.
And Johnson ready to go. And we'll bring up Johnson's hitting stats on the season. And the first pitch is across the plate for strike one. First pitch is at 3:04 p.m. We've got 68 degrees with an 18-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the north. Here's the pitch, and Larson will go outside for ball one. So an even count at one for Bridger Johnson. Johnson with a 192 average. He's got a 417 as we go to ball two. 417 on base percentage. Here's Larson with the deal. And we go high once again. So Larson behind in the count of 3-1 to start things off here at Deller Park with Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle. Decent crowd streaming in here for a Saturday afternoon game. Here's the pitch. And Johnson will be walked to start things off. So the Mavericks will have a runner at first.
The first baseman, number 7, Dane Frazier.
That'll bring us to Dane Frazier, the first baseman, and Dainers has been kind of a utility player as he's had some time behind the plate at the catcher's position as well. Holds down first base and, well, one of the top 5 pitchers for the Mavericks the last couple of years, working his way up into that again. He'll swing on the first pitch for strike 1. So 1 on, no outs. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. Here's Frazier. And the pitch. No, they're going to throw to first on the pickoff, and Bridger Johnson will have to dive back in there. He's got pride stripes down the front of that jersey now. Stepping back in. And Larson will have the pitch. Inside, and we've got an even count at 1. Got a gate open down the first base line, and they're going to go ahead and take care of that to close it off. And Larson will step back in here at an even count of 1. Larson with his foot on the rubber, and the pitch. And we get ball 2. For Dane Frazier, on the season, .417 is his average with a .588 on-base percentage. Here's the 2-1 by Larson. And it'll be inside for 3-1, and we jump up on the count. Larson will be able to put a strike on the board with the first pitch, but after that, it's been ball pitches. So 3-1 on the count to Frazier. Johnson at first, and the deal. And we'll have our second walk to put runners at first and second. And that'll bring up the heavy hitter of Trad Richardson.
The third baseman, number 13.
Trad holding down third. .442 on-base percentage for Trad. .389 for an average. He's got the highest average on the team, and this one's going to be popped up. Larson will have it in the glove, and the runners will hold. And Trad's little shot off the end of the bat will be out number 1 with runners at first and second. So Caden Jordan, who is the designated hitter for today's game, will step to the plate. Jordan to step in, runners at first and second with 1 out. It's Johnson at first and Frazier, or Johnson at second, Frazier at first, off the walk, both of them. Here's the pitch by Larson, and Jordan's going to push this one straight up in the air for strike 1 on the foul tip, as that one went up and over the top of the building we're at. Delaware Park, home of the Billings Mustang Pioneer League team, who goes against the Missoula Osprey. And a swing for strike 2. So Larson ahead in the count on the first for the first batter in 4 that he's faced, with 1 out on the board and runners at first and second. That'll bring us to Brendan Hill in the on-deck circle. Here's Larson from the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and he'll go outside for ball 1. .308 is the average for Jordan, with a .400, and he'll be struck out. Runners, and they're going to go ahead and let Johnson take third. So runners on the corners with 2 outs now for the Mavericks, as Brendan Hill comes to the plate for the first time today.
Brendan Hill.
Hill hanging out at shortstop today. He's normally in center field, but Brendan's an athlete, folks. He will play wherever you put him, and he's going to play the best at that position. He's a pitcher, one of the top pitchers for the Mavericks. A gun in center field, as this one's outside for ball 1. And him and Brendan Buchanan switched off at that shortstop position last year. Brendan with an injury, or Buchanan with an injury, as they were both named Brendan, but Buchanan with an injury last year, so he and Hill would switch out at that shortstop position. There's ball 2, and got a chance to hang out with those two boys at the Rapid City tournament last year, and I asked Buchanan, I said, what's some stuff you do out there at shortstop? He says, I try to write messages in the dirt to the other shortstops, and he'll laugh. He goes, yeah, usually it's just Buchanan and I writing back to each other as we got another high pitch for ball 3. And Hill goes, yeah, you remember last night, we switched out, and Buchanan says, that was you that wrote that? And Hill says, yeah, that was me. I wrote high in the dirt. So kind of the fun stuff that happens on the diamond while these guys are out playing defense. 3-0. And we'll have strike 1 to Hill.
Okay, now you ready? 3, let's go.
So 3-1. Runners on the corners with 2 outs.
He's got his right foot, his back foot on the back chalk of the batter.
Hill settles in.
He's deep in the box on the right side.
And the pitch.
Looks at the fastball.
And we'll have loaded bases on the walk. So all 3 runners for the Mavericks have been put there off the walk, and we come to Sam Busey. And that's going to go ahead and send the catcher Wilcox out to the 5 Valley Auto Pitchers mound to talk with Larson. And it'll be a brief one, as Herbert will clean off the plate. So loaded bases for the Mavericks with 2 outs here in the opening inning. All 3 runners have been put there off the walk by Larson. Busey settles in with his first plate appearance. Pitch on the way. And Busey will let it go by, but it's going to catch the outside of the plate for strike 1. Connor Daniels in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. For the Scarlets, they get out of this 2-out situation with loaded bases. They'll have their leadoff Mickelson, Seward, and Bronson. As this one's going to get away, runner's going to come down the line, and the throw not in time. They're going to say safe. Johnson slides in. Runners advance to second and third. And the Mavericks are on the board 1-0. Pitch thrown was a ball. Busey now with a 1-1 count and runners at second and third. Hathaway leans into Frazier as he stands at third. Here's Busey now. Larson with the deal. And he'll be up high for ball 2. 2-1 on the count, 2 outs. Hill at second and Frazier at third. Johnson has already come home. And Busey will swing hard for strike 2. Busey this year, one of the top batters for the Mavericks last year. He's had, I just had it, 30 plate appearances, which has got him at 296 as an average, and he'll be struck out for the final out of the side. So the Mavericks earn 1, they leave 2 behind. And it's 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll have the bottom of the first right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Delaware Field. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as it's the Scarlets portion of the first inning, with the Mavericks earning 1 run off the wild pitch, bringing Stuart Long down the line from third and earning the run. Dylan Chalmers on the 5 Valley Auto Pitchers mound, warming up with Andrew Clausen behind the plate. It's a Christian Mickelson, Aaron Seward, and Corey Brownson scheduled in the first 3 batters for the bottom of the first inning. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Second game will come up 20 minutes after this game finishes up, with the Billings Royals. It is scheduled for 5, but, well, you know, with baseball, it's one of those sports where you just never know. It just depends on how the ball rolls. So Christian Michelson now, the center fielder at the plate. And Dylan Chalmers will deal his first pitch. We want to send a shout-out to the voice of the Missoula Mavericks as Chalmers will drop one down for ball 1. The voice of the Missoula Mavericks, that would be Paul Yarbrough, listening in or watching online on the stream from hashtag Our Town is Superior. And Chalmers will find the plate for strike 1. So an even count at 1 for Chalmers. Mickelson settles in, and he'll crack one foul down the first base line. We'll have strike 2 for Chalmers. And trying to get the so the defensive stats for some reason not coming up. Here's the 1-2 and a foul tip over the first base dugout. We'll keep the batter alive at 1-2. And Chalmers will have one in here to even the count at 2. And a swing, and Chalmers will knock down the first batter with a strikeout. That'll bring us to Aaron Seward. Seward. So Chalmers 1-0. And the first pitch Chalmers will deal to Seward will be a strike. The 0-1 pitch on the way. And we'll have strike 2. Chalmers is the top pitcher for the Mavericks this last year. Was one of the tops the year before, and a reach on the swing by Seward will be strike 3, and that'll be out number 2. So Chalmers will face 2, and he'll strike them both out. Brings us to Corey Brownson, the designated hitter for the Scarlets, with 2 outs and nobody on. Chalmers, foot on the rubber, and he's got the stretch. And he'll put it over the plate for strike 1. And this is what you want to see. 2 1/3 batters, and he's got 10 pitches. And outside on the lefty for ball 1, and that'll be the second ball pitch that Chalmers has thrown up today. On pitch number 2. Here's the 1-1. And over the plate, he'll have strike 2. So 1-2 on the count. 2 outs. And it's 2-2 on the outside pitch. Sometimes when you get in the lead at 2-1, well, those pitches come out that you were trying to fish for the batter to swing on, and Chalmers will now have the pitch inside, and he'll strike out all 3. It's 1-2-3 for the Scarlets. Top of the second coming up right after this. You're listening to Missoula Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash. On reserve next to Fast Trip.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we jump to the top of the second inning. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And leading off the inning will be the right fielder, Connor Daniels. So bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 batters scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks with the lefty Daniels settling in. Andy Larson on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and his first pitch to Daniels will be over the plate for strike one. Mavericks able to earn a run off of a wild pitch in that first inning. Larson loading the bases up with the walk. This is going to be a dribbler out to the second baseman. A good throw to first, Seward. Seward will have the foot down, and that's out number one. And that takes us to Andrew Clausen, the catcher.
The catcher, number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Andrew Clausen, first year up on varsity. For the first 10 games, he was calling all the pitches. Larson starts him off with a...
And Clausen will slice for strike one. And the wind, that ball gets into the air. With the way that the wind's going from third to first, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, as it's got a pretty good clip. The Weather Service says 18 miles an hour. I would say probably kick that down to about 13 to 14, and we're at 1-1 on the count to Clausen. Clausen will foul this one into the backstop, and we've got a 1-2 count with one out. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle in Thomas Martin. Clausen settling in, and here's the 1-2 by Larson. And an outside pitch to go 2-2. And what a state tournament that these two teams had last year. Mavericks bowing out a little bit earlier than they had planned. And Clausen will catch contact. They're going to say that is strike three, and that'll be out number two. Sounded like it got bat, but we'll drop down to Thomas Martin, the second baseman. So Martin now settles in with 2 outs and nobody on. Larson able to take down the first 2 batters. Here's the pitch, and it'll be high. Martin will have ball one. Martin, the younger brother of James Martin, who has been the legend for the Mavericks at second base the last, 3-4 years that I've been here with the Mavericks. Pitch on the way. Outside, but they say it's over the plate, so an even count at 1. Here's the pitch by Larson. And Martin will swing for strike 2. That was a low, dirty pitch. Caught Martin. For the Scarlets, in the bottom of the second will be the 4, 5, 6 batters, middle of the order. Here's the 1-2. And Martin will have contact. This will be punched straight up in the air. First baseman will race over, and it'll be just on the edge of play. And Martin will get a chance once again on the foul ball. That one bounced right at the gate of the dugout down the first base line. So that'll settle Martin back in at 1-2. And Thomas is going to be following his brother James's footsteps, as he's going to be heading to Miles City to play baseball and attend school at MCC, as Larson, that one, judging by his reaction, got away from his grip, and we go 2-2 on the count. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the order in the on-deck circle. Larson now, right foot on the rubber, and the pitch on the way. And a little chopper down the line. It's going to be fair, but right to Seward, and they're going to call that foul. And we'll come back, and Seward looks to the dugout to see if Hust is going to come out and say anything, but they're going to call that foul ball. And we'll get another chance at 2-2. It looked like it hopped right on the line, or hopped right in that no man's area on the line. Here's the 2-2. And it's across the toes of Martin to give us a full count at 3-2. For Martin this year, in 6 games that he's played, he's .263 on base and a .263 average. Here's the pitch. And this one will be fair play. Third baseman's looking for it as he's waiting forever, and it will drop in the glove, and that's a side. So the Mavericks go 1-2-3 in the top of the second. Scarlets will have a chance to bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the bottom of the second inning where the Missoula Mavericks lead here at Deller Park over the Billings Scarlets 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Kobe Croft, the shortstop, at the plate to lead things off here in the second. 4, 5, 6 batters to go. Here's Dylan Chalmers with the first pitch of the inning from the Fast 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and he'll have a ball pitch to come in on Croft. So Croft, Zaski, and Wilcox do up for the Scarlets. Here's the 1-0, and this one will come off the middle of the bat and rocket right towards the first base dugout for strike one. And the first base coach will go ahead and pull that one off the line. Here's the pitch, and this will bounce out. Martin will get it on the hop. The throw to first is made and secured by Frazier, and that'll be out number 2. Great play by Martin to get the first out of the inning. And we move to the right fielder, Michael Zaski. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and it'll come in low for ball 1. Chalmers throwing to Andrew Clausen, who first year with the AA, catching. Here's the pitch by Chalmers. And this one's going to bounce out. Hill will get it on the hop. The throw to first is rocketed over. Frazier with the stick on the bag, and that's out number 2. So the Mavericks coming out with some tight infield play here in this beginning of the game, and we go to the catcher, Jaron Wilcox, number 24. And you might hear the planes in the background. Well, the Billings Airport set just above the rim of where we're playing right now. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and a good job by Clausen to block that in front of him for ball 1. But Clausen has done a great job over there, or back there behind the plate. Taking over for Clayton Frankie, who graduated from Hellgate last year. This one swung on and we'll have strike 1, so an even count at 1. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Chalmers with the stretch, and it'll hop in front of the plate. We'll have ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Standing in the on-deck circle with 2 outs is Logan Meyer. Here's the pitch by Chalmers. And we'll get ball 3. So this will be the first time that Chalmers has fell behind in the count. 2 outs on the board, nobody on. Richardson and Hill back up on the fringe. And we get the first walk of the game for Chalmers to put a runner at first with no outs. That brings up Logan Meyer, the left fielder. And Meyer will come out, look down the third base line, and Hust will have the signal. Steps into the box, waiting for Chalmers. Chalmers will nod at the pitch. Throw to first on the pickoff. But diving in is Wilcox, and he's got pride stripes on that nice white Scarlets jersey now. Chalmers with the pitch as you hear the wind picking up on the field microphone. This one's going to be blasted out. Martin will let it roll into the glove. The throw to first is on target, and that's the side. So one runner left behind off of the walk, and the Mavericks hold on to 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network in Billings, Montana, Deller Field as the Deller Park as the Billings Scarlets host the Missoula Mavericks in Game 1 of 2 on the day. Game 2 will be coming up when this one finishes up against the Billings Royals. It'll be 20 minutes afterwards. We'll jump back into baseball. 4 games on the weekend. Tomorrow, a Mother's Day doubleheader. Billings Scarlets at 10 for the Mavericks, and then the post-22 Rapid City Hard Hats tomorrow afternoon with the Mavericks. We've swung to the top of the batting order for the Mavericks, which means Bridger Johnson steps into the box. Andy Larson continues his time on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and the first pitch of the inning is on its way. And Johnson will swing for strike 1. 0-1 on the count. And this pitch will bounce in front of the plate, and Wilcox has got to guard it, but it'll roll free. No runners on, so we just stay at 1-1 on the count. Leadoff batter on the inning in Johnson. Frazier in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and this one will slide over the plate for Larson to get strike 2. Johnson was able to get on off the walk to start, and the only run earned on the game would be Johnson coming home off of a wild pitch by Larson in the first inning. And this one's off the middle of the bat. It's going to hop right to the first baseman. He'll use the glove to shade the sun, and the catch will be out number 1. So that takes us to Dane Frazier.
The first baseman, number 7, Dane Frazier.
298 lifetime hitter. He retired as number 20 in Cincinnati, where he played. He started his career at 56.
First pitch to Frazier will be over the plate for strike 1. And Frazier, he's got a younger sister that is an athlete as well. Pitch on the way. Outside, and that one had a wicked curve. Started down the 2, but hooked at the end outside, and we're even at 1. Dane's younger sister, he's a senior at Sentinel, and Cody's a freshman, and she's made a name for herself in the Missoula sports community as we have strike 2. So the Frazier family will be strong in the high school sports community for another 3 years. Outside for ball 2. So 2-2 on the count for Frazier. Frazier would reach off the walk. And this one's going to be fouled off as we have a 2-2 count. And we get a full count on the pitch for Dane Frazier. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the third. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Larson with the stretch in the pitch. And Frazier will rocket one foul to keep alive at 3-2. And my iScore has froze up. You guys can follow along play by play, stat-wise, on iScore. And Frazier will be walked for the second time today with 1 out. Frazier will be the lone runner as we come to Trad Richardson.
Third baseman, number 13, Trad Richardson.
And Trad, another one of those utility players for the Mavericks. Oh, there's my game. Here's the pitch by Larson. And that one's going to be across the hips of Richardson for ball 1. Trad would have a pop out to second for his first at bat. Here's the pitch. And a low pitch will be ball 2. And Trad's hitting so well, I almost wonder sometimes if these pitchers are trying to bait him into stuff or if they're just pitching around him. Here at Delaware Park, though, we've got 329 down the third base line. It's 350 down the first base line as Richardson will check swing foul for strike 1. 2-1 on the count. And to the big green wall in center field is 410. So a decent park here for these kids to try to swing out of. 2-1 on the count to Richardson with Frazier at first and 1 out. Larson will deal. And Richardson's going to be hit by the pitch. No, they're not going to give him the base. They're going to say he stuck his knee into it. And Hathaway will come down the third base line to discuss this with Now we saw Hathaway this weekend, and that's what Herbert is actually showing what Richardson did. Said that Richardson moved into it. Richardson says, no, I was in the swing. And so Hathaway will discuss it. Now Hathaway last weekend was able to talk his way out of a balk call on one of the Maverick pitchers. And Herbert's going to give Hathaway a smack on the behind, which, well, I wouldn't say is a good thing. And Richardson will settle back in with a 2-1 count as Hathaway cannot get the call overturned. Here's the 2-1. And that one will walk Richardson, so that would be ball 4. They're going to call the one that they thought was a hit on Richardson a ball. So that puts Trad at first, Frazier at second, and Caden Jordan, the designated hitter, in the box. So a walk puts runners at first and second, and Jordan will slice for strike 1. And Jordan would be the first out of the inning, or second out of the inning in that first inning for the Mavericks, as he would be struck out on the pitch watching. Here's the Larson pitch, and Jordan's going to put this one foul, a little bouncer down the third base into the dugout, and we're 0-2 on the count. with one out, runners at first and second. And it looks like we've got action that's going to happen in the Scarlets bullpen as there's some players running down the third base line. And here at Delaware Park, it's a little bit different for the bullpen as we have the 0-2 pitch to Larson, and he'll have his first ball. So they've got a young man warming up down the line, and here at Delaware Park, you actually the bullpen is on the warning track on the inside. Here's the 1-2 by Larson. And they're going to say that Jordan is struck out for out number 2. So that'll take us to Brendan Hill with 2 outs and runners at first and second, and Hill would get on off of the walk, his first at-bat, playing in the shortstop position. So 2 outs on the board, a pair of runners at first and second for the Mavericks, and now Hill steps in. Hill will crank on the first one. This one will be punched straight up in the air, foul, up over our heads, and we'll have strike 1. And Hill, an outstanding athlete. He's a multi-sport athlete, participates in football and baseball. Here's Larson with the pitch, and Hill will let it go by for ball 1, so an even count. And probably the best slot receiver is Hill that I've seen in high school football. Plays with Julian Edelman type ability, as he'll have that one come across his knees for ball 2. 2-1 on the account. Has no fear. Once he straps up and steps into that slot position, he'll go across the middle of the field and take whatever is given him and hop right back up. Here's the 2-1 by Larson. And we go back outside for ball 3. So 3-1 on the count. Hill looking to possibly be walked to load the bases once again, with Richardson at first and Frazier at second. They step away. Larson now to deal the 3-1. And Hill will be walked to go to first, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. That brings up Sam Busey. And Busey, what a solid, and that's going to bring Hust out to discuss some things with his pitcher Larson, and that's going to also send Wilcox out there as well. I know it's getting nice outside, folks, but there's one place for you to work out where it's the best in Montana, and that would be Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana. With 6 locations throughout the state, you can get your fuel on when you're on the go. Check them out online at www.clubfitness.com for a location near you and get started today. Fuel Fitness is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana. Locations throughout the state of Montana, and one in Coeur d'Alene in case you want to go over and enjoy the lake this summer. Well, you can still get your fuel on while you're there. So Herbert breaks up the conference on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and Busey has settled into the box. Loaded bases with 2 outs, and this is where Busey was at the bottom of the first inning, as he would be the final out of the inning. Here's the pitch by Larson. And Busey will pop this one up over first base. Seward is looking for it, and he'll hold on to it, and that'll be the side. So the Mavericks put 3 on, but they leave them behind. And we go to the bottom of the third. Scarlets holding on, down 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning. Missoula Mavericks lead the Billings Scarlets as that wind comes up on the field, Mike, right at us. Mavericks leading the Billings Scarlets here at Della Park 1-0. And for the Scarlets, it's the bottom of their order. Caden Dowler, Brooks Rohr, 8-9 batters, and Mickelson in the hole. So the second baseman will come to the plate, Dylan Chalmers. His third inning of action, and Hathaway has had some 2-inning rotation games for some of these pitchers, and some of them lately he has been letting them deal the whole game, and the first swing will be a foul ball into the backstop for strike one for Dooler. Here's the pitch by Chalmers and a swing for strike two. And I was able to bring up, let's jump back over there, the stats for our stats. And we were 1-2 on the count. And strike three as Chalmers will mow down a batter for out number one to start things off here in the third. So settling in now is Brooks Rohr, the third baseman. Chalmers will have the pitch, and he'll put it over the plate for strike one. And that's the thing about Chalmers, is he will put you to work and lull you to sleep from that 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the 0-1 by Chalmers, and this one will be sliced fair down. Nope, it's going to land foul. Looked like it was going to stay fair, but it is going to be foul, and that'll be strike number two. Connor Daniels over there in right field trying to track it down with Dane Frazier. So Chalmers now with the pitch, and Clausen not able to hold on to it, and we'll go 1-2 on the count. Here's the pitch by Chalmers on the 1-2, and this one will be swung on, foul over the first base dugout. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and a swing, and we've got a K for out number two as Chalmers continues to put in work on the mound in 2 2/3 innings, 34 total pitches for Chalmers. And we swing to the top of the order for the Scarlets to Christian Mickelson. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and he'll put it over the plate for strike one. We did see some action in the bullpen for the Scarlets in that last half inning. We'll see if Andy Larson continues on the mound for the Scarlets. Here's Chalmers. And a foul tip into Larson, or Clausen, I mean. And this one's a foul shot to stay 0-2, and that one had a line right over the dugout.
So Michelson is ready again for the 0-2, and he fouls that one off.
And Michelson will continue to battle at 0-2. All right, so we've got Chalmers' stats up here. Chalmers 1-0 in 5 games, 3 that he started, 13 total innings pitched coming into this one as we have the 0-2. And this one will roll out. Richardson will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first is rocketed. Frazier is there, and that's the side. So 1, 2, 3 for the Scarlets for the second inning in a row, and we go to the top of the fourth. Mavericks leading 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton in Billings, Montana for the Billings Tour Mother's Day weekend as the Mavericks take on the Scarlets, the Royals, and Post Falls. Today, doubleheader. First game right now with the Scarlets. Second game will be with the Royals about 20 minutes after this one finishes up. It is scheduled for 5 o'clock. And, well, we are in the top of the fourth inning with the Mavericks leading 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. Leading things off for the Mavericks, it's the bottom of the order. Connor Daniels, the number 7 spot hitter. So Daniels, Clausen, and Martin due up. It is Andy Larson on the Five Valley Autos pitcher's mound, and he'll get Daniels to swing for strike one. 0-1 on the count. Daniels with the first ball into play for the Mavericks in that second inning as we get 1-1 on the count. He would have the ball roll out to the second baseman off the bat. Here's the 1-1 by Larson, and he'll catch the outside of the plate for strike two. Here's the pitch by Larson, and a swing. And Daniels will be struck out for the first out of the inning. That takes us to Andrew Clausen, the catcher. Clausen settling in. And the pitch by Larson. Outside for a ball. And that brings up action in the bullpen for the Scarlets once again. One out on the board, nobody on, and Clausen will let it go by for ball two. So 2-0 on the count, one out. Thomas Martin in the on-deck circle. James is no longer with the Mavericks as he doesn't fit the age requirements, as this one's going to be fouled off for strike one. So 2-1 on the count. Larson with 75 total pitches. And we get strike two as Clausen watches it go by. So an even count at 2. And it looks like Colby Kimmett is up, warming up for the Scarlets as Clausen will have this one over the head. Second baseman picks it up. The throw to first is made, but not in time, and Clausen will reach. So Clausen burns down the first base line to get on board, and with one out, Thomas Martin will have a runner in Clausen. And that one hopped off the bat, bounced about 5 feet in front of the pitcher's mound and went right over Larson's glove. The second baseman with a great play coming up. That's Caden Dooler. And Martin, he'll put this one in the air, and it does catch that breeze. The right fielder will have it in the glove, and that'll be out number 2. And we swing to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. Bridger Johnson hanging out in center field today.
Scored the only run of the game, popped up 0 for 1. Runner at first with 2 outs for Missoula. They're at the plate. 1-0 in lead.
Johnson ready. He would be the only one to score a run today so far, as he's going to foul this one off for strike 1. Reached off the walk. Moved his way over to, after Frazier was walked, he would move his way to third. And then on a wild pitch, came down the line and earned the run. Here's the 0-1 by Larson. And will be inside for ball 1. An even count at 1 for Larson. So action in the Scarlet bullpen. In Kimmett. Here's the 1-1 by Larson to Johnson. And a foul strike. Being shot down the third base line. Herbert, our umpire, gives us the count at 1-2. 2 outs. Clausen at first. Here's the pitch, and Clausen's going to go. High pitch. It'll be a ball, and they'll let Clausen have the base as no throw was made, and we're even on the count at 2. So Hathaway putting motion away from the plate. And at the 2-2, here's Larson. And they'll say strike 3, and that's the side. So Clausen will get on, but he's left behind. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Mavericks leading 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Right back after this on MPSN.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton in Billings, Montana for the Missoula Mavericks taking on the Billings Scarlets in Game 1 of the doubleheader today. And at the bottom of the 4th, start of the bottom of the 4th inning, the Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it will be Aaron Seward to lead things off for the Scarlets, the first baseman. And he's had some good play over there at first. Dylan Chalmers with his first pitch from the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and this one's going to stay tight on the line, and Frazier will win the race to the bag for out number 1. Takes us to the DH, designated hitter Corey Brownson, his second plate appearance of the day. Dylan Chalmers pitching so well. Chalmers with 40 total pitches, 28 of them have found their way across the plate for a strike. That one, though, will be a ball for Brownson. And Brownson 0 for 1, struck out swinging his first at-bat as he watches that one go by for strike 1. Left-handed batter is Brownson. Kobe Croft in the on-deck circle as Colby Kimmett continues to warm up in the bullpen. Here's a swing for strike 2. And Chalmers so lethal from that pitcher's mound.
We appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be. We'll be on the air May 24th at 5:30 from Laurel Valley.
And a swing for strike 3, and Chalmers will have a K for out number 2. Takes us to Kobe Croft, the shortstop. And Chalmers to deal. And the pitch gets away from Clausen for ball 1, and not very many has Clausen let get by. Chalmers 16 hits, 12 runs, none of them earned. This one's going to dribble by in between Frazier and Martin, and Croft will find himself at first. So the Scarlets will have a hit. And we go to Michael Zaski now.
Number 5, Michael Zaski.
Zaski in right, he would have that bomb into the field Martin would have in that last half inning. Chalmers now with the pitch, and he'll put it over the plate for strike 1. So Chalmers, 12 runs off of 16 hits, and none of those runs have been earned. He struck out 15 and only walked 1 going into this game. I know that he's had the 1 walk, but all these stats coming off of that first game, all these stats coming in before this game. So 0-1 on the count. And they've got the pickoff at first. Chalmers and Frazier working it. And that's the side. So the Mavericks able to take them down. And we go to the top of the 5th. Missoula leading 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. We'll be right back on MPSN.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we roll to the top of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. Leading things off for the Mavericks in the 5th will be Dane Frazier, so it's 2-3-4 scheduled on the inning. A new face on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound with the first pitch, and that will be Colby Kimmett. And we'll have ball 1 to Frazier. So for Andy Larson, he would have 4 innings pitched. He would allow 1 run. He would have 6 walks and 5 strikeouts. So Larson is done. Colby Kimmett goes quickly to a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. And Frazier will swing for strike 1. For Daners, well, he's 0 for on the day. Has reached, though, off of a pair of walks. His first 2 at-bats would get him to first off the walk. Here's the pitch, and Frazier will lean in and foul it off for strike 2. So an even count at 2. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Kimmett. And it's in the dirt. We get a loaded count at 3-2. Frazier settles in. And the pitch by Kimmett. And Frazier will lean in for a foul ball, and that one's going to be a long shot down the first base line into the seating area. Into the walkway up there, actually, and everybody takes a moment to make sure that there is everyone okay out there. Here's the 3-2. And Frazier will foul off once again to keep it alive. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for Frazier. It's been a fun year for him, senior year. He's going to be moving on and playing collegiate baseball. Here's the pitch by Kimmett. And Frazier will go to first for the third time off the walk. And that's Trad Richardson now at the plate for the Mavericks with no outs, and Frazier at first for the third time off the walk. And they don't have the scoreboard working from the press box or their video setup. Here's the pitch, and Richardson will bounce this one out. Second baseman will have it. He'll have the glove toss, and that one will be out, number one. The second baseman, Dooler, picks it up with his glove and just tosses it with his glove to Seward, and it's out. So we come to Caden Jordan with one out and one on here at Deller Park. But as I was saying, they don't have the scoreboard running from the press box. They've actually got somebody out in right field as Jordan will swing for strike one. He's underneath the scoreboard out there, actually running it from right there where they can plug it right in. And the big screen not running as well. And this one will be in the dirt. Frazier will hold at second, and we have an even count at one with one out on the board. So they are able to put the basic stats up on the board out there in the field. And we go 2-1 on the count. They do have it set up inning by inning as normal with a box score with the runs only, but no hits and no errors up on the board either. They do have the pitch count up there as we get 3-1 now to Jordan and the outs. But the rumor is that the Mustangs will be getting a new scoreboard before the season starts. Here's the pitch, and we'll have strike two as Jordan thought he was going to get the base, and Herbert says, nope, we got a full count at 3-2. Here's 3-2. Frazier steps away from second. Kimmett checks him, and now the pitch. And this one will be a little hopper into right field. Coming up, the right fielder put it in the glove, and Frazier will hold it second. That's two outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Mavericks leading 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And now we come to Brendan Hill. Hill at short today, at shortstop. Hill 0 on the day. First pitch will come in for ball one to Hill. We talked about Hill being a football player over there at Sentinel, slot receiver. Of course, he plays for the Mavericks and a utility player, as he can do anything. As this one comes inside for ball one. Outstanding pitcher, one of the top three pitchers for the Mavericks. Is a lock in center field, and, well, probably the best shortstop that the Mavericks have had out there on the field so far this year. Did a great job last year. As we get 3-0 to Hill. But what many people that watch him from the Mavericks perspective don't know is that Hill is a standout basketball player as well. He played his freshman year and then decided to continue with concentrating on baseball. But that freshman year is Hill will be walked to get himself on for the third time today. And that'll bring us to Sam Busey. So with two outs on the board, and Wilcox will go and check in with Kimmett, we come to Sam Busey. So runners at first and second with two outs for the Mavericks here in the top of the fifth as they're looking to break away here with a 1-0 lead on that Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Busey settles in, and Busey has been the out at the end of the first and third innings as we get ball one. Busey. Here's Kimmett. And Busey will golf this one over the shortstop's head. They're going to wave Frazier around. Frazier on his way home, and the throw will not be made. And the Mavericks will take a 2-0 lead off the single by Busey. Brings us to Connor Daniels. And the Mavericks up 2-0 now on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Connor Daniels, the lone lefty for the Mavericks, settles in. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. So Kimmett coming in this inning to take over for Larson. He's allowed 1 run. Walked 2 batters as Daniels will put this one into right field and play. Right fielder over the shoulder. Can't put it in the glove. Here comes Hillholm. They're going to wave around Busey. Busey on his way home, and the Mavericks earn 2 runs off the Connor Daniels double. And Missoula has opened it up 4-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And now it's time for Andrew Clausen, the catcher, as the shortstop Croft comes in and checks in with Kimmett. Kimmett will settle in. Daniels steps away from second. 2 outs on the board. Here's the first pitch to Clausen. He'll swing for strike 1. So a little breathing room for the Mavericks here in the 5th with a 4-run lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Kimmett. And it's a strike. So 0-2 on the count. Here's Kimmett, and Clausen will put it in play down the third base line. The throw to first is made, stuck to the bag, and that's the side. So the Mavericks, they earn 3, leave 1 behind, and lead 4-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Diller Park here in beautiful Billings, Montana. I think there's a cloud in the sky, folks. It's a gorgeous day in Billings. We've got a 70-degree mark on the board out in the field. Dylan Chalmers continues to hold down the Scarlets. The Mavericks earned 3 runs in that top of the 5th, and so now the Scarlets go to work. It will be Michael Zaski. So Zaski will face Chalmers for the second time today, and Chalmers will have one in high for a ball. For Zaski, he had a ground out his first at bat. It's the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Scarlets here in the 5th, as Zaski will have this off the middle of the bat. Martin comes up and secures it in the glove, and that's out number 1. So the catcher, Jaron Wilcox, now at the plate for the Mavericks with 1 out and nobody on, or for the Scarlets. with 1 out and nobody on. And Chalmers will nod and the stretch. And an inside pitch for ball 1. And it looks like another young man is warming up with the stretch band in the Scarlets dugout, as this one's hopped foul, and first base coach will just leisurely step out of the way. Takes us to an even count at 1. 1 out and nobody on. Here's Chalmers with the pitch to Wilcox. And inside for ball 1. 2-1 on the count. And it looks like Ethan Clark is warming his arm up on that stretch band in the dugout for the Scarlets, as this one comes in for strike 2 to even us out on the count. We haven't seen anything out of the Mavericks dugout, and I don't expect we will, as Chalmers is dealing very well today. Here's the 2-2. And this one will roll out. Hill will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first is rocketed over. Frazier sticks the bag, and that will be out number 2. The Billings Royals have entered the building. They'll take on these Mavericks in the next game as we go to Logan Meyer, his second at-bat of the day. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and he'll put it over the plate for strike 1. For Meyer, 0 for 1, will have to ground out his first at-bat. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and catches a little contact on the end of the bat, and it'll be strike 2. Chalmers, here's the pitch. And this one's right at Chalmers. He'll block it into himself. The throw to first, and that is the side. Chalmers looks at his throwing elbow, and he took it off that elbow, but he gives Clausen the dab, and we go to the top of the 6th. Mavericks lead 4-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco Ballboard. Right after this.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Mavericks lead 4-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Leading off the inning, it's the bottom of the order for the Mavericks. That would be Thomas Martin. So 9-1-2. And continuing his time on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, well, that will be Mr. Kimmett, Colby Kimmett. And Kimmett's first pitch will be outside for ball 1 as Wilcox is not able to wrangle it in. So Martin, Johnson, and Frazier due on the inning for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Kimmett. And that one will get some of the plate as we go 1-1 on the count. Want to say hello and thank you to all the fans watching today on the stream. Pitch on the way. And that will get us ball 2. For Martin, 0 for 2, pair of flyouts. Kimmett now with the right-handed pitch. And Martin will foul this into himself. And we'll go even on the count. The Royals continue to stream into the building. They'll have the next game. It is scheduled for 5 o'clock. We'll see how this one goes. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high and into the stands off the knee. And we get a full count at 3-2. And they've got a couple of Little League players as bat boys, the Scarlets do. They've got their Little League jerseys on, and they've been running bats back and forth. And Martin will be walked to find himself on base for the first time today. And that will swing us to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. Johnson will settle in. He earned the first run of the game for the Mavericks. Off of a wild pitch, he would reach to start the game. Off of a walk. And Mosier, I think they might have thought that might have been a balk. Mosier with a word to the field umpire, Wesley Dunn, as we get ball 2 to Johnson. Here's the pitch. Bunt showing, throw down the first base line, and Martin dives back in. Seward not able to hold on to the ball. And we go 3-0 on the count to Johnson. So Johnson a walk, a fly out, and a strikeout. He'll show bunt once again, and we go inside, and I guess I got ahead of my count as we're at 3-1. Kimmett will settle in, and Martin's going to go, and they're going to say it's a walk, so I was right on cue with my count at 3-1. As Johnson reaches off the walk for the second time today, so with no outs, that puts runners at first and second for the Mavericks, and Dane Frazier comes to the plate for the fourth time today. Martin standing at second off the walk, Johnson at first off the walk, and now they are sending somebody out to the bullpen for the Scarlets, and it does look like it is Clark, as this one is punched foul for strike one. Frazier settles in. And the ball in the dirt. Wilcox will gather it up, and we'll be even at 1 on the count. It's Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks, as Kimmett continues to battle here on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Runners at first and second take their lead. Frazier will let the ball slide by for ball 2. Frazier settles back in. Runners take their leads at first and second. And we get a high pitch to go 3-1 on the count. And with no outs on the board, you'd hate to see him load the bases up here. They do have somebody warming up in the bullpen, the Scarlets, but Kimmett with the stretch. And the pitch will load the bases. So 3 batters, 3 walks here in the top of the 6th. The bases loaded with no outs. And the hottest bat for the Mavericks, Trad Richardson, coming to the plate for the Mavericks. So Martin at third, Johnson at second, and Frazier at first, all off of the walk, as Trad Richardson comes to the plate, and his first pitch is going to be wild. Here comes Martin, and he'll score a run. And the Mavericks will take a 5-0 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Runners advance to second and third. Pitch thrown was a ball. So for Trad this year, he's got 10 RBIs off of 14 hits. He leads the team in RBIs by 4. Brendan Hill with 6 on the season, right behind him. And Richardson will take this one for a ride into center field. Center fielder will have it in the glove. And Johnson will tag. They will not make the throw home. And the Mavericks earn a run off the sac fly by Richardson. 1 out on the board, and it's now 6-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, with Caden Jordan coming to the plate.
The designated hitter, number 17, Caden Jordan.
So Jordan looks down the third base line as the runner at second steps away. Dane Frazier out there at second. The high pitch by Kimmett will get us ball 1. Kimmett with 45 pitches in the 3 innings that he's pitched. 44 pitches, 17 strikes as Kimmett steps off when time is called. So 1-0 on the count, but they do have Ethan Clark warming up in the bullpen down the third base line or first base line. And another pitch outside will take us to 2-0 on the count, and I can't imagine that Coach Hust is going to let this go on too much longer. Fans enjoying the sun here at Deller Park. Good crowd. The Maverick faithful making the trip over. And Jordan will have this one roll out. Shortstop will pick it up the dirt. The throw to second is not made, and they're going to bring Frazier home. And it's 7-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Jordan will reach off the error. And I believe that's the first error of the game. It is. As we come to Brendan Hill with 1 out and runner at first. And Kimmett will come across the chin on Hill for ball 1. Hill has been on today. 3 times walked. Twice by Larson, once by Kimmett. And he'll slice on this one. It'll bounce into the dugout down the third base line. We'll be even at 1 on the count. Hill settling back in. 1-1 on the count. And Hill puts this one on a rocket into center field. That'll put runners at first and second. And Hill will have his first hit of the game. And we come to Sam Busey. And Hust is going to go ahead and walk out to the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And it looks like Clark is done in the bullpen. And Kimmett will be done on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. We'll wait for the ball to be handed over by Hust as Clark moves in. And that is the switchover. So Ethan Clark will come in and warm up. We'll step aside while he does. Mavericks lead 7-0, top of 6 with 1 out. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Now coming in to pitch for the Scarlets, number 20.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as Ethan Clark has finished up and he's ready to go with Sam Busey in the box. And Clark's first pitch is going to be outside for a ball to the Buse. For Busey, his last at-bat, well, he would be extremely productive as he would have a single that earned 2 runs. Here's the 1-0 by Clark, and Busey will slice for strike 1.
Bob, who's the pitcher?
Ethan Clark.
Thank you.
So Ethan Clark on the mound now. Kimmett would have 50 pitches, 3 hits, 6 runs, and 5 walks, no strikeouts. As Busey will put this one high into center field. Center field tracks it down. It's in the glove, and that will be the second out of the inning. And we go to Connor Daniels, the lefty, for the Mavericks. So Ethan Clark looking to shut things down here as the Mavericks are up 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
11 walks by Scarlets pitchers. Clark will face Connor Daniels.
And Daniels will settle in.
Right fielder's head, got 2 RBIs and a big event.
And a high pitch inside will be ball 1 to Daniels. So we'll have our second game against the Royals coming up 20 minutes after this one finishes up. It is scheduled for 5 o'clock, but this one's running a little tight into that frame as Daniels will hit this one straight up in the air. It's going to land on the dugout down the third base line, and Connor Daniels will be 1-1 on the count.
1-1 pitch.
So 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to foul right back at us. Daniels will stay alive at 0-2. For Daniels, he's 1 for 3. Ground out, a strikeout, and a double. His double would earn him a pair of RBIs. So I was off. Busey had 1 RBI as Daniels will hit this one and into the glove, and that's a side. So the Mavericks, they will earn 3 and leave 2 behind, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Back with the bottom of the 6th inning right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash. On Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we roll to the bottom of the 6th inning where the Mavericks lead the Billings Scarlets 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And starting things off will be Caden Dower, his second at-bat of the game. Here's Chalmers. He'll swing for the first pitch, and that'll be strike 1. Chalmers has had a great game as he's only allowed a couple of hits and has just been on fire from that Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Second pitch will be a little check swing that'll roll. Richardson will pick it up. The throw to first. The foot stuck on the bag by Frazier, and we've got the first out of the inning. So Brooks Rohr will come to the plate now. Bottom of the order for the Scarlets with one out. Chalmers, foot on the rubber and the stretch. And this one will have contact. Martin will have it in the glove. The throw to first. Stuck bag just ahead of the runner, and that's 2 down here in the 6th as we cruise through game 1 of our doubleheader. Swings us to the top of the order for the Scarlets. That'll be Christian Michelson, the center fielder. Here's Chalmers with the pitch. And that one's going to be in the dirt for ball 1 as it hops in front of the plate. We've got Scarlets fans, we've got Royals fans, and Maverick fans, and well, I see a few Mustang fans just out enjoying a day in the sun. Here's the pitch by Chalmers, and it's outside. And that will be ball 2, so 2-0 on the count. Had a little moisture last night here in Billings, but it burned off this morning and turned out to be a gorgeous day. Here's the 2-0 by Chalmers and a swing for strike 1. I think it fouled back into Clausen as he had to search for that one. In the on-deck circle is Aaron Seward. Here's the 2-1 by Chalmers. And a foul shot will get us even at 2. Mickelson at the plate, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, as this one will be fouled off. And it looks like I cleared Chalmers' pitching stats out. He's got 65 pitches. 46 of those have been considered strikes. And a low pitch will get us a full count at 3-2. He's only walked one batter today. Here's the 3-2. And this one will hop. Is it going to stay fair? It will not, as it goes down the first base line. And it's a little tricky down that first base line as the seating area kind of edges into that line. And we stay at 3-2. Here's Chalmers with the pitch. And a swing. This one's going to be a foul tip, and they'll stay alive as Coach Mosier will come out and pick the ball up off the ground. Not something you see very often. So Mickelson will step back in, 3-2 on the count with 2 outs on the board. Here's the payoff pitch by Chalmers. And it'll roll out. Hill gets it in the dirt. The throw to first is rocketed over. Frazier sticks the bag, and that's the side. So 1, 2, 3 for the Scarlets. Top of the 7th coming up right after this on the Missoula Pep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Delaware Park in Billings, Montana, as we start the final inning of the game. Missoula Mavericks lead 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Mavericks, it will be the bottom of the order. Andrew Clausen to start things off. Thomas Martin in the on-deck circle and Bridger Johnson in the hole. Ethan Clark will continue his time on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, as he would come in a third of the way through the inning in the previous inning. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and Clausen will swing for strike one. Clark don't have his height, but he's got to be about 5'9", 5'10", and his delivery is low as it comes out ball one. And as a batter, you kind of have to be prepared for how that ball is delivered. And Clausen will swing for strike two. So 1-2. Pitch on the way. And Clausen will send this one hard down the line. And we'll have a foul ball to stay at 1-2 on the count. Here's the pitch by Clark. And that one's going to tag Clausen in the backside. That'll be the second time this season that he's been hit by a pitch. And we'll go to Thomas Martin now, the bottom of the order. Here's Martin settling in. I think I saw Mom and Grandma Martin here at the stadium. Not quite sure, though, as Martin will swing on the first pitch. This one's high down the first base line, and it's going to be out of play. Great job by the right fielder, Zaski, to get over there, but ran into the wall and was not able to get there. He looks like he's okay. He took that wall straight on with a collision, but he looks to be all right. And Martin will settle back in, 0-1 on the count. Here's the pitch. And Martin fouls it down the third base line as we go 0-2 on the count. Martin settles back in with Clausen at first. No outs. Ethan Clark with the stretch. And we get ball one. Clark's delivery, usually you get a little slide of the foot, but he just stretches that foot out and delivers low. It's almost like it's coming out of a bazooka down his arm. As Martin will swing, this will be foul, and he'll stay alive as there was some contact. It's Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with one on and nobody out here in the top of the seventh inning. Mavericks lead 7-0, and the Mavericks able to get their 7 runs off of 4 hits, no errors, as Martin will have eyes. This one will roll into left field, and the Mavericks will have runners at first and second, as that ball came off the bat with some eyes and found the hole. It'll swing us to the top to Bridger Johnson.
Center fielder number 10, Bridger Johnson.
Johnson to settle in. Johnson 0 for 2 with 2 runs. Clark now with the stretch. And Johnson will let it go by for ball one. So Clausen stands at second and Martin at first with no outs. For Johnson, he's been walked twice, struck out once, as this one will slide over the plate and Herbert will give us our strike bark. And he had a fly out, walked his first at bat, fly out his second, struck out his third, and walked his last. Here's the pitch. And Johnson's, they're going to go to second. Now the line, and this is going to go over the head. Clausen will be able to come home, and Johnson will make his way around the corner as they're still searching for the ball. And Bridger Johnson stands at third off the air. Clausen scoring. And the Mavericks lead 8-0 with one out here in the top of the seventh. And Hust is going to come out and talk to the field umpire, Wesley Dunn, about letting Johnson roll by second. And Hust very adamant about Hust very animated out there with his discussion with Dunn. And Dunn hasn't said anything. It's all been Hust so far. And Dunn just with a nod to his head, and Hust not happy with the answer. He'll dive back in. Now he wants Herbert to come out with it. And the home plate umpire, Herbert, and they're going to say interference at second. That's what Hust wants, is an interference call at second, with the way that Johnson came in on the slide, or actually it was Martin that came in on the slide. And now the home plate umpire, Herbert, will come out, and he'll indulge with Hust. And they want to say the reason why, Hust says the reason why that throw was off is because the runner interfered with the throw at second. And Hust will go back to the dugout. And we'll see Dane Frazier at the plate. So Bridger Johnson makes his way to third with one out on the board. Off of the error, and that would be the second error of the game. Dane Frazier will wait for the Clark pitch, and it'll be over the plate for strike one. And Dane Frazier walked all 4 times at the plate as Clark's pitch will get away to make it even at 1. So Frazier with 4 walks on the day. Coming into today, let's pull up Frazier's stats. And Frazier has been walked 9 times leading in today. Here's the pitch. And it's over the plate to even us out at 2. So Frazier walked 9 times coming in today. He's been walked 4. Here's the Clark pitch, and it's way up in the air. Good job by Wilcox to jump out of the stirrups and get that one pulled down. So a full count for Frazier with 1 out and a runner at third. Here's the pitch. And Frazier will have a rocket into right field. It's just off the fringe. Second baseman's going to, nope. Right fielder will come in, and no tag at third as Johnson will hold, and that's out number 2. It'll bring up Trad Richardson.
The third baseman, number 13, Trad Richardson.
So Richardson at the plate with 2 outs and Johnson at third. Mavericks lead 8-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Richardson will see a ball on the first pitch. Here's the pitch. And Richardson will have this one to the shortstop. The throw to first will be made on target, and that will finish the side. But not before the Mavericks earn a run. They leave 1 behind, and it's 8-0. Plenty of work for the Scarlets to do here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mavericks lead 8-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard over the Billings Scarlets. And leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th, all or nothing for the Scarlets, is Aaron Seward. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Dylan Chalmers standing tall on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. This one shot to Richardson's, and a good throw. Frazier holds on, and that'll be out number 1, and that is the infield play the Mavericks have been searching for all season. Brings us to Corey Brownson, the designated hitter.
Number 9.
So 1 down here in the 7th. We'll have game 2 20 minutes after this one finishes up, as we have a swing for strike 1 by Brownson. Kobe Croft in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the pitch by Chalmers.
Yeah, that's right.
And this one will be dribbled down the first base line. Frazier will win the race to the bag, and that's 2 down now in the 7th, as the Mavericks are looking for their 4th win of the season, as Kobe Croft comes to the plate. 3 and 8 are the Mavericks coming into today. Chalmers now, foot on the rubber, pitch on the way. And it's over the plate for strike 1. And he gets up on that mound, folks, does Chalmers, and he just lulls his batters to sleep. Pitch on the way. And that one's low for ball 1. So an even count at 1 for Croft. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Final inning of game 1. The Royals in batting practice right now, waiting. And this one's tinged down the first base line. It'll be foul. Connor Daniels out there to look for it, but we get strike 2. And Connor Daniels, he's got a stride, folks. There's a reason why they put him in right field. He has got a huge stride. I'd love to see him out, as this one's fouled right in the top of the dugout to stay at 1-2. But I'd like to see him run on a football field where we've got the lines, because I'd like to say that his stride has got to be a yard, if not 2 yards, yard and a half maybe long. Here's the pitch by Chalmers. And we get another foul shot to keep the batter alive at 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody on for the Scarlets. Michael Zaski in the on-deck circle. Chalmers will deal. And this one's into center field. It's for Bridger Johnson. He cannot put up the glove. He'll fall down. Runner will come around the corner as Daniels will pick it up. And Bridger Johnson had a chance to close out the game and wasn't able to secure it in the glove. And the runner will reach off the error. That'll be the first Mavericks error of the game.
The right fielder, number 5.
So they'll win the right fielder, Michael Zaski, as he's the one that went into the wall down the first base line trying to go for that foul ball. Chalmers will have to deal one more batter. Runner at second. And Chalmers says, I'll mow him down on the strike, and he'll do it in the first pitch. Strike 1. Here's the pitch by Chalmers. And outside to even us out at 1. For Zask, 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Low Jaron Wilcox in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. Here's the pitch. And a swing for strike 2. Zaski settles back in. Well, 1-2 on the count with a runner at second. Scarlets looking to see if they can get rid of that goose egg on the scoreboard. Pitch on the way. And a swing, and Chalmers will strike out the batter for the win. Now Mavericks win 8-0 over the Scarlets in 1 hour and 58 minutes. We will be back for the second game in about 20 minutes, folks. Refill your water, pop some popcorn, and get settled. The Mavericks will take on the Royals in 20 minutes. We'll talk to you then.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.